GM. Roger, Crypto Clay, good to see you guys. I left my window open and now it's a freezing right now in my room. Oh. All right, that's not the end of the world. Just queuing up live. Probably a lot of big talk today about that Ripple acquisition. Looks like they're trying to lock down Circle once again, and seems a little bit more, I don't know what you want to say, legitimate this time on some of the reporting we're getting out of it. It really looks like this acquisition is probably going to happen. So this is one of those I'm very happy to have gotten wrong. I was pretty skeptical if we were going to see it. But now I'm actually thinking it's more likely than we don't see this acquisition go through. Just based off the fact that Coinbase and like it seems like Circle is trying to be bought, which I'm a little surprised about. Because now we have Coinbase and Coinbase and Ripple bidding on Circle, which is a little surprising to me. You know, I wasn't sure how much Circle even wanted to be purchased. So it's very interesting to see that bidding war going on. Bob, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that, man. And guys, people tell me all the time, like, oh, how do you donate? How do you donate? Guys, don't even worry about it. Just go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I mean, that's really all I ask for. Bob, I appreciate the donation so much. It's incredibly generous, and everyone who's donated over the years. But really, I never would I ask for anything monetarily from you guys. The thing that helps me more than anything is just smashing that like button and hitting the subscribe button. That's the most important thing. Genius Act passed. Oh, it can now go for the full Senate vote because it passed the committee. It's they vote on the same bill like 15 times. It just passed the freaking bill. To be honest, I'm a little bit left out. I think I know what Crypto Clay is saying. It's like they have to pass the committee and then it goes to the rest of the Senate. So it looks like there's another vote that needs to happen, and I'm sure there will probably be people trying to get certain things passed or certain things added, removed when it goes through the Senate. So seems like they're just continuing to push it along. Nothing moves fast in DC, which is a good thing too, right? We don't want things just getting jammed through. This is something that we all want jammed through, but it will get there. Everyone knows it's necessary at this point. There's no question about that. Should we be worried? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's really much to worry about. Then it has to go back to the House. It has to go to the Senate and then the House. See, Roger knows all the voting. So what do we need? We need to send it to... We need to send it to the Senate now and then back to the House to vote again. All right, well there we go. Two more votes to get this thing over the finish line. It's one of those things where I don't really see it as like it's already kind of a done deal in my opinion. There's no chance it's not going to get passed. It's more of just waiting for the stroke of the pen. Warren was yelling and pacing. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Now that's some good content. Let me see if I can find that. I didn't know she was. That will turbocharge the corruption, she says. It looks like she has some clip talking about it, but I can't subject you guys to listen to Elizabeth Warren this early in the morning. I'm not that mean. Guys, make sure if you're here right now, you smash the like button. Really appreciate everyone doing that. We'll get into the XRP price chart in a minute. Really hoping to see this Ripple Circle acquisition go through. That would be earth-shattering. That would be earth-shattering. That would give Ripple, I mean, XRP is like not really Ripple, but that would give Ripple two cryptocurrencies in the top 10 that they sit extremely close to. So Ripple should just buy Circle and Coinbase. That'd be funny. Buying Circle and Coinbase would be funny, but I don't know how much money Ripple has. Apparently, they've got a war chest back there because just casually scooping up a $10 billion company is pretty crazy. But yeah, the Bitcoin maxis are definitely bugging out a little bit about how much power Ripple's getting, but that's all right. They'll get beat up. And I said this yesterday, but I did put out a post with Senator Loomis's contact for her office. Make sure to go fill that out. Be extremely respectful. It doesn't help to just like go to these people and be like, "You're an idiot," like, like that doesn't really help anything, because then it gives them a good reason to ignore it. But if you go over there and hit them with some facts, right? Like, people in her office are going to read it and they're going to be like, wait a minute, like, what are we doing here, right? Like, why are all these smart people reaching out and telling us this, right? If you just go in and start insulting them, then they're just going to click off the email and be like, all right, have a nice day. But if you send over something like well written, they're going to read it and they're going to be like, oh, maybe this isn't a great look for us. It's a tough balance because I know everyone's kind of pissed off about the situation. They want to let her know, and I get it. Trust me, I'm not in a much different position. But it's all about making progress, right? And the only way you're going to make progress with someone is being respectful and letting them know that a lot of people are unhappy about the decision. So if we can do that in a respectful way, it's going to make a big difference. If we just have a bunch of people sending her pictures of her Michael Saylor's face photoshopped on her, I don't know how big of a difference that's going to make. So it's all about just approaching these things in a respectful way and making people see it the same way we see it. That's the most important thing. And I've been in plenty of Bitcoin maxi debates to tell you, just going up there and telling everyone they're wrong and that they're dumb, right? That's not really how progress is made. What else do we got here? Mickle, did you see that guy bull naked crypto video? No, what was that? That's a crazy name for a channel, bull naked crypto guy. I don't know if I'm even ready to click on whatever video you're about to send me. Bull naked crypto guy? Yeah, I haven't stepped into the debate room in a little bit, but I'll get back in there soon. Jake's live stream is absolutely fire. Oh, good. Too early in the morning, guys. Ripple should meet with Senator Warren. Maybe, I don't know how that would go. So it looks like the bidding number for this Circle acquisition has come down quite a bit as well. Seems like a lot of people are talking about back in that $5 to $10 billion range. So I think a lot of the initial reports were wrong. I think Ripple probably put in a bid for Coinbase. I mean, Ripple probably put in a bid for Circle. And then some initial people were like, oh, that's not going to happen. And everyone kind of ran with it. But it does seem to me like we're probably going to see some pretty significant movement on this front. There's just too much. There's just too much high level reporting at this point to make me think that it's not going to get done in some standpoint. I'm just kind of more curious why Circle is really entertaining a lot of these offers. Like, are they worried about interest rates coming down? Do they think Circle and Ripple would advance their business? Like, that's what I'm really curious about. I'm also curious which one Circle would be preferred to be purchased by. I don't know what their relationship with Coinbase is like. Coinbase has been stealing a lot of money for them for a long time. I know Jeremy Allaire and Brian Armstrong are pretty close, though. Don't know as much about Brad Garlinghouse's and Jeremy Allaire's relationship. I know they're on stage a lot. I'm sure they talk. Jeremy Allaire, in my opinion, has always been a good guy, a professional. So the one interesting thing is that Circle has never issued on the XRP ledger, which is a kind of an interesting twist. I don't know why that hasn't happened. Coinbase purchases Circle would make more sense, in my opinion. I actually disagree. I don't really know why Coinbase would need Circle that much. I mean, they run an exchange, right? So it's a lot of fiat to crypto. I don't really. I don't know. It's also kind of funny because if you look at Coinbase's logo, right, it's been like that C slowly closing. And I do wonder if it's always been a plan for them to purchase Circle and have that C turn into the circle, and then Ripple comes in and steals it. That is also kind of an interesting note. And I also don't know, I also don't know really who has a better chance financially of pulling it off. I just typed into AI kind of who has more money. Coinbase has a market capitalization of has about 1.4 billion in revenue, about 7.8 billion in cash. Yeah, so Ripple has more XRP to be able to put into the deal. Coinbase might have more immediate cash, so it is interesting. Let me see Coinbase cash on hand. That's what I don't know, how much cash they're just sitting on. Okay, Coinbase has about 8.5 billion cash on hand, but 2.8 billion is in cryptocurrency investments. I mean, Coinbase has not 9 to 10 billion cash on hand, and they could also finance and raise money to go get that deal done. So they both have plenty of money to get the deal done. I think it just comes down to who wants it more now. Why no RLUSD on Coinbase? Well, maybe because Ripple's trying to steal Circle from them. Ripple and Coinbase are partners. You're forgetting Ripple help Coinbase with their case. I mean, you can be partners with someone and still have competition, right? Like all of these companies have overlaps, they have synergies. So I don't think it's that simple that just because Ripple helped them in the case that they're partners. But I do see what you're saying. Like they're definitely friendly towards one another. And we want it that way, right? We don't want Circle tearing apart any kind of good relationship Ripple and Coinbase have. But I've never seen Coinbase do anything like overly, oh, like that's sketchy for on the XRP side. I mean, they did delist XRP during the case, but everyone did. So I don't know. I dislike Coinbase's business. I'm actually not a huge fan of Circle's business that much either. But I think USDC is pretty critical infrastructure. Coinbase is a big player, but they're not really that big when it comes to like actual volumes they're pushing. There's a lot of other exchanges that are offshore that are doing much bigger volumes than Coinbase. How do you buy your crypto exchange or OTC? What are the benefits of OTC? Well, the benefits of OTC are really that you're not paying a lot of absurd fees on things that you don't want to pay for. It also, you get better pricing because a lot of the exchanges will jack up the price prior to your purchase so that they can make something called a spread, right? Like for a drastic example, if XRP is really trading at $1 and I'm an exchange and I sell it for you for $1.50, then I made a bunch of money on that sale. So Coinbase is saying, hey, we'll facilitate you getting this asset, but we're going to make money in the process. Where a lot of those OTC transactions, you're just buying at the price. Crypto Clay says smash the like button. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Huh. I didn't see this. This is an announcement by Ripple X. Let me cue this up. Straits X launches a stablecoin on the XRP ledger. Let's take a look at this real quick. I haven't seen this yet. But this company, Straits X, I don't know much about them, is now live on the XRP ledger. See what this company's doing. Okay, so this is like a stablecoin hub kind of person. They do stablecoin liquidity. So just pretty much like anything stablecoin related, they work with businesses, they'll swap the stablecoins, they'll convert them. Just making it so businesses can plug in with them and easily move stablecoins of anything wherever they need to be. So interesting little partnership there. I don't know how big this company is, but now deploying on the XRP ledger, which is always cool to see. Caleb & Brown is not an institutional custody firm. Yeah, they're more of they're a brokerage. Yeah, Caleb & Brown is more of a brokerage, right? Very similar to Coinbase. I'm sick of popcorn. Seriously? I don't know what that means, but I love popcorn. What about if Circle makes a deal with Coinbase to participate on the bid so they can increase the sale price and give bonus commission to Coinbase after the sale? What if Circle makes a deal with Coinbase to participate on the bid so that they will increase the sale price? It's possible. I mean, you know, I don't know how close Circle and Coinbase really are, right? Like Circle and Coinbase could be working to jack up the bid, but Coinbase is a public company, so I don't know if you'd really kind of be able to pull that off. I think that's a pretty risky thing to be messing around with. Coinbase has a lot of regulations on them now that they're a public company, and I don't know the rules about just bidding on a company to jack up the price. I would imagine that goes against something. What it goes against, I don't really know. It's, you know, I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about the possibility of something like that happening, but I don't know how realistic it actually is. But I do think you probably see this done by midsummer. I think midsummer we'll probably have a decision here. Either Coinbase or Circle, or Coinbase or Ripple will own Circle. I think I've gotten that wrong every single time I've said it. Either Coinbase or Ripple will own Circle at some point this summer, I think. Why didn't Coinbase just create its own stablecoin? Because they don't have the license to really do it. And that's the thing that Ripple has. Ripple has the New York Trust license that Coinbase doesn't have. So Coinbase hasn't gotten that license yet. Ripple has the licenses to actually do it. So Coinbase was like, hey, we'll just go get this other firm to be really closely tied to us. On what post, Taylor? Oh, I've got to know. Oh, I've got to know. Robinhood submits SEC appeal to regulate tokenized real-world assets, aiming to bring Wall Street on chain. It's like Robinhood's been a great company, man. They're really doing things pretty well over there. I don't think it's necessarily for the highly sophisticated person, but they're doing a great job of just being very forward leaning in their business. Doesn't look like there's a Let's see what else we got. Oh, the Will Cole saga. Got it. We talked about Loomis briefly. I mean, it's not really surprising at this point. I mean, I've been one of the people who's been calling on Loomis being a maxi for a while. So none of this, unfortunately, was really that surprising to me. So it's one of those things for me where it's like, it's definitely disappointing to see. But at that same point, it's not surprising at all. Like, this has always kind of been Senator Loomis. I was optimistic that maybe she surrounded herself with people who weren't Bitcoin maxis and smarter people, and Bitcoin was gonna be her thing, but she was gonna continue to push the industry forward. It just doesn't seem like that's what she's interested in doing. So it's disappointing, but at the same point, we'll see how important she actually is. Like, this whole Will Cole thing is going to be a little bit of a tough thing for her to be able to manage now with this Bitcoin maximalist stuff coming out. So just got to keep their feet to the fire. I did mention this earlier. Make sure to go to her contact page, reach out, let her know what you think. Obviously be as respectful as possible. Gotta be respectful, or else no one's gonna listen. And take a look at the XRP price chart. I don't even think we've done that. Boom. Nothing overly exciting on the chart. I mean, really just sitting at this same exact level we've been sitting at, trying to hold support. So clearly got an important level here. We've reacted to this about a million times, and here we are just trying to hold that support on there and push up higher. So not a whole lot of advancement here. Yeah, not taking a meeting with him for 6 years is crazy. I didn't know the 6-year number. I have been seeing a lot about quant tokens necessities for XRPs to succeed. Any insight? I don't know much about that. I'm sorry. I mean, I'd be shocked if it needed XRP to succeed. I don't really see that, but possible. A maxi appearance. But I guess we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance real quick, see if anything interesting is going on there. Still just maintaining this channel on dominance. Still in no man's net land. I mean, prices really haven't done all that much over the past couple days. So, I mean, we're probably not going to see much of an update here. Kind of trading in those same ranges, doing the same thing we've done before. Paul Barron had a great segment on Ripple, Coinbase wanting Circle. He gave a lot of insight. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Appreciate you sharing that. Loomis is speaking at Bitcoin Vegas. Of course she is. Let me check that out, Taylor. Oh, nice. This is what Taylor just sent. Looks like we're about to have a Bitcoin golden cross. Now, for those of you wondering on the importance of this, it's really just a way to indicate that Bitcoin's momentum has really turned to the upside. It's not something that I overly focus on, just because, like, in my opinion, like, the only reason a golden cross happens is because Bitcoin price is going up. And when Bitcoin price is going up, typically Bitcoin price continues to go up, right? It's just cryptocurrencies tend to get this bullish momentum and keep it for a sustained period. But it does look like we're getting ready for that that cross that statistically I think has meant that Bitcoin has continued to rally after. But like I said, like, I mean, take a look at this. Bitcoin's gone from 73,000 to 106,000. It doesn't surprise me much if Bitcoin is to continue to make a move upward. Like, that's already the direction. So interesting stuff just to see that golden cross happening. It's definitely good from a PR and news perspective. A lot of people will talk about it. But it's nothing I'm like looking at like, oh, because this golden cross happens, then that means we get this much more return coming at the, it's just like, hey, Bitcoin's price is going up a lot, so it'll probably continue to go up. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to jump. Not a whole lot going on this morning. Obviously, the acquisition is pretty big news, but not a lot of price movement. We're kind of just hanging out in that same area. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys all have an incredible rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we get a little bit more news. Thank you so much. And for now,